Presented by Listen Headlines, latest world news from trusted sources. Updating daily at 6 a.m. New York.
Washington Post World.
January 12. 5/11 America, New York, 14 Malian soldiers killed by explosives in multiple attacks. The Malian army says 14 soldiers have been killed and nearly a dozen wounded in coordinated attacks by Islamic extremists.
New York Times World News. January 12. 5 o'clock America, New York. With FBI search, U.S. escalates global fight over Chinese police outposts. Beijing says the outposts aren't doing police work, but Chinese state media reports say they collect intelligence and solve crimes far outside their jurisdiction. FBI. New York Times World News.
January 12. 4:55 America, New York. In a first, South Korea declares nuclear weapons a policy option. President Yoon Suk-yeol said that if North Korea's nuclear threat grows, his country may build a nuclear arsenal of its own or ask the United States to redeploy in the South. President Yoon Suk-yeol of South Korea in Seoul on Tuesday.
RT World News.
January 12. 4:48 America, New York. Snowden reveals real scandal around Biden docs. The story about sensitive materials found in the U.S. president's former office was suppressed days before the midterms, the whistleblower has claimed.
Mirror World News.
January 12. 4:46 America, New York. Two teenage girls run away from Pakistan home to go to South Korea and meet boy band BTS. The girls, aged 13 and 14, went missing from their homes in Korangi, Pakistan before being found 750 miles away. They have been called stans, who were desperate to meet their favorite musicians.
RT World News.
January 12. 4:06 America, New York. U.S. lawmakers slam insane Zelensky bust proposal. Republican congressmen claim the idea plays into the worship of the foreign leader. Conservative U.S. lawmakers critical of the adulation of Ukrainian President Vladimir Zelensky have rallied against a proposal to place a bust of the foreign leader in the Capitol building in Washington. BBC News World.
January 12. 3:51 America, New York. Man stops traffic for crossing koala in Australia. Will Thornton steps in to help a marsupial trying to cross a highway in Burleigh Heads, Queensland.
Time.
January 12. 3:50 America, New York. Twitter tells Singapore staff to clear desks, work from home. Workers at Twitter Inc.'s Singapore office were told to empty out their desks and vacate the premises, said people familiar with the situation, as Elon Musk continues to pare expenses around the globe.
Mirror World News.
January 12. 3:38 America, New York. Vladimir Putin replaces top Ukraine commander, General Armageddon, after just 3 months. While overseeing troops in Ukraine, Sergei Surovikin was crediting with strengthening coordination, reinforcing control and introducing a campaign of knocking out Ukraine's energy infrastructure.
Washington Post World. January 12. 2:31 America, New York, is claims responsibility for Kabul attack that killed 5. The Islamic State group has claimed responsibility for a deadly bombing that killed at least 5 people near the foreign ministry in the Afghan capital. Washington Post World.
January 12. 2:27 America, New York. In Ukraine, power plant workers fight to save their child. When Ukraine was at peace, its energy workers were largely unheralded.
Mirror World News.
January 12. 2:04 America, New York. NASA's James Webb discovers its first ever planet, and it's similar to Earth. The first ever planet discovered by NASA's James Webb Space Telescope is located around 41 light-years away and could be similar to Earth, according to scientists.
Fox World News.
January 12. 2 o'clock America, New York. Massive waves bombard Drake Passage cruise ships in viral videos. What to know about Antarctica cruises. Viral videos showing rough seas in the infamous Drake Passage where cruise ships travel to Antarctica show a scene that is very common, according to one travel expert.
BBC News World.
January 12. 019 America, New York, China. 5 dead after man drives into crowd in Guangzhou. The incident has sparked outrage with many accusing the man of deliberately targeting people.
New York Times World News.
January 12. 006 America, New York, your Thursday briefing. Aides have found more files retained by President Biden dating from his vice presidency. President Biden has said his staff had fully cooperated with the National Archives.
BBC News World.
January 11, 2355 America, New York. Surendran Patil. The U.S. judge who once made cigarettes in India. Surendran K. Patil's inspiring rise from a life of grinding poverty has made headlines in India.